Hello coin collectors out there. Welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Hopefully everyone is having a great day. What we've got in front of us right here is a 1926, a 27, and a 28, 228 Lincoln pennies. So that's going to be the focus of today's video. We'll get into the mintages, the rarities, the errors, everything you'd like to know about 1926, 27, and 28 Lincoln pennies. And up top we've got two coins from Denmark. We're going to talk about those in the foreign coin showcase. So those are both the 25 ore coins. So if you're into foreign coins, stick around for the end of the video and we'll discuss those. But I want to start on these ones right here. And let me quickly plug the channel. If you're into coin collecting, what we do on this channel is we talk about coins from mostly the United States, but we get into some foreign coins as well. Some recent videos that I posted a video about the basics of collecting Kennedy half dollars, 2013 misaligned dollar bill, packaged 2000 Cheerios Lincoln cent, and some 1957 and 53 filled in 9 errors. So those are the videos you can expect to see on the channel. If that interests you, hit that subscribe button. Alright, now let's get into it. 1926, 27, and 28. So what was happening in 1926? Well, you can guess by the date of it, the Roaring Twenties were coming to an end. Those went from around 1920 to 1929. Prohibition was still in place. That went up until 1933. The president at the time was Calvin Coolidge, Republican from Massachusetts. And as far as mintages of these pennies go, 1926S is the real rare coin. That's actually the lowest mintage out of all of the 1920 pennies. Now we'll move this aside right here and we'll look at this one. Now unfortunately this one does not have a mint mark on it, indicating that it's from the Philadelphia Mint, which is going to have higher mintages for these 3 years that we're looking at. In 1926 there are 157 million of them made at the Philadelphia Mint. There are 28 million made at the Denver Mint and just 4,550,000 that were produced at the San Francisco Mint. So that 4.5 million mark for the 1926S is the lowest mintage of the entire 1920s. So if you've got one of those, man, you've got a great coin in front of you. And as you can imagine, it also has the highest value of the 1920s Lincoln cents. Now, when you go over to the PCGS price guide, which is a great place, a great online resource to look up the values of your coins depending on the grade. So they'll have them priced by grade, so it goes all the way up into a mint state 70, but you rarely ever see any 70s on there. So 1926 red. Now red is an important designation. Red has to do with the original red coloring to the coin. So if your coin has 95 to 100% of the original red surfaces that you would expect to see out of a copper coin, that'll get the RD designation to it. So on the PCGS price guide, 1926S RD regular strike coin has a price guide of $1,115 for a mint state 65. Now mint state 65 isn't anything out of this world special, but because of their low mintage, a low amount are estimated to have survived for the 1926S. Now 1920s was kind of a difficult time as far as the economy for the United States, so you can imagine that not a lot of people were into coin collecting. A lot of people had to use all the resources they had, including spending all of their money and all of their currency. PCGS also has a rarity and survival estimate for this coin, and they estimate that only 5 of them have survived at a mint state 65 or better, and that there's only 425 of them that have survived in any grade for that 1926 red. Now there'll be different survival estimates for the red brown and the brown designation, but if you've got a 1926S red coin, then you've really hit the jackpot, especially if you can get that graded at a high grade. Now, that's not the end of the 1926. There's also some very valuable error coins that are associated with 1926, 27, and 28. So I'm going to move 1926 out of the way, and we'll get this 1927D right here and 1928. Now, both of the coins that I've got from 1928 that we started the video looking at happens to be Philadelphia Mint. So our 1927 D right here, that's our first introduction and the only Denver Mint coin that we're going to see on the video. So going back to the mintages of this series, in 1927, we saw 144 million that were made at the Philadelphia, 27 million made at the Denver, which is this coin that I've got right here on the left, and then we had 14 million made at the San Francisco. The following year, we had 134 million made at the Philadelphia, 31 at the Denver, and 17 million at the San Francisco Mint. So you can tell the mintages are pretty consistent from 1926, 27, and 28. They're around 130 to 150 million that were made each year at the Philadelphia Mint, 28 to 30 million made at the Denver Mint, and then the San Francisco Mint, we had 4 million to 17 million. So keep your eye out on those 1920s S. If you happen to live near San Francisco, or maybe have an older relative who was around in the 1920s in San Francisco, maybe you can come across some mint rolls, some original mint rolls from 1920s, and you'd really hit the jackpot there. As far as error coins for 1927 features a double die obverse, so there's some moderate doubling is evident in the LIBE of Liberty and In God We Trust, and slightly on the date. So the Cherry Picker's Guide has a price guide to that one at mint state 65 of $300. There's also a 1927 D repunched mint mark. 1928 features a large S mint mark. So what that one looks like, it's the common mint mark for this date is relatively small. So if you've got a 1928, actually I'll move this aside and look at this one right here. So 1928, the S on that for the 1928 San Francisco Mint, the normal mint mark, the more common one, is relatively small. The large S mint mark is very scarce and highly collectible. So keep your eye out for that 1928 S large mint mark. That's going to have a price guide for mint state 65 of $950 according to the Cherry Picker's Guide. So these prices that I just mentioned in the last three coins, the large S, the double die obverse, and the repunch mint mark, those are all what's known as error coins. So these coins aren't what you expect to see. So then if you've got one of those error coins, it's going to be more rare and more valuable. I think we touched upon everything that I had in mind for the 1926, 27, and 28. So now, foreign coin enthusiasts out there, you're going to enjoy these two right here. So we've got a 25 ore coin. They're both from Denmark. One's dated 1957 and one's dated 1967. I was looking for some foreign coins in my collection that are from the 1920s, and the only ones I could really come across were those United Kingdom 1 penny coins, and we've talked about those a lot on this channel, so figured I'd just make these ones right here. These ones are nice coins that you probably haven't seen before. So let's start with the one that is dated 1957 on the left. This coin was made from 1948 until 1960. Its value is 25 ore, which is abbreviated .25 DKK. Its metal content is copper and nickel, and it has been demonetized. It wasn't demonetized until September 30th, 2008. As far as the mintages for this coin goes, in 1957, there were just 7,420,000 of these coins produced. Now I will flip it over, but what you're looking at right now on the obverse of the coin is a crowned monogram of Frederick the Ninth, who was around from 1899 until 1972, with twigs of oak and beech. So we've got some oak and beech twigs right here. So this is the obverse of the coin. When we flip it over, we see the value of the coin on the reverse. This one's not in great shape, but we see Denmark right there, the name of the country, and the face value of the coin, which is 25 ore. So we've got a royal monogram on the obverse right here, and then the value of the coin on the reverse. Now, when we look at this one right here, we're going to notice a similar design to it. However, there's a giant hole right in the center of the coin. This coin was made from 1966 up until 1972. The one I've got in front of you right here is dated 1967, as you can see. Same metal content, copper and nickel. It was demonetized the same time, September 30th, 2008. And on the obverse, we see a similar royal monogram of Frederick the Ninth. We also see a beech tree branch on the right. So notice these two branches right here. are both from beech trees, and we've got a royal monogram of Frederick IX right here and right here. We flip it over. We've got this side of the coin, which shows us the face value in the country. We have Denmark at the top, 25. Denmark at the bottom, 25 or at the top. And those branches that you see on the left and the right, those are barley. As far as the mintages of this coin goes, I don't have the mintage for the year that this one was made, 1967. 1968, however, there are 39 million of them made. So we've got a very cool 1967 right here, a 1957, and then we started the video talking about these coins right here. So let's bring them back into the shot. So we had a 1928, a 1927, and a 1926 Lincoln penny. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're into coin collecting and still watching at this point, please, please, please do subscribe to the channel. If there are any specific videos that you'd like me to make, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get my hands on those coins. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy and best of luck coin collecting out there.